Draw. Henry! He's striking! He's fired! Whoa!
Touchdown, Kiv! He takes the lead with 17 seconds to go. Is this finally his time?
Yo, what is happening, guys? jtibbs TV back at it again with another video. That clip you just saw was Kiv's one-way ticket touchdown to Titletown that ended up earning him over $100,000 and the Madden Championship belt final. So here's how he did it. Pretty much, you know, ball control. That was one of the craziest Madden games I've ever seen. And, you know, whenever I thought I'd say that, I thought I'd see a really close game where there'd be a lot of stops, a lot of, you know, very little scores. But it was the complete opposite of that. They were easily scoring on each other. It was just a chess match. Looked like Drini had his money drive, then Kiv had his money drive, then Drini almost had his money drive. Just an insane game. I was happy to witness. That will go down as one of the greatest Madden games of all time. And I'm not even going to be surprised if there's an even better game to finish off next year's season. But I'm breaking down what Drini ran in the red zone against Kiv a bunch of times. Kiv would try and get him to run commit, but Drini was smart, knew he would try to get him to think to run to commit, and pretty much he would easily stop him. So Drini would come out in the 3-4 odd. Any playbook has the 3-4 odd pretty much. So I'm in New England's playbook. He'd come out in this cover 4 drop show 2, and this is what Kiv would come out in. Kiv would try and come out in ace, try to get him to bite, run some slants. Let me move the ball up here real quick on the 2-yard, or just right there. Yep, right there, boom. He would try to get him to run commit at least. Actually, let me move back a little bit. He'd try to get him to run commit, and the thing is, Drini was so, you know, stable, understood what Kiv was trying to get him to do that he wouldn't bite. So he'd put some routes on the field, you know, something like that. And what Drini would do is he'd baseline, put this guy in a squat so he'd follow him. He'd put these 2 guys in hooks, which is what I love to do. And he'd put this guy in a hard flat. And pretty much, he'd shift his D-line down, crash him, pinch his linebackers, and he's pretty much sending the house right here. And he'd play with one of these safeties. Now, you think this is going to get picked up even if I hold on to Marshall, even throw Marshall on Y. We'll man him up. So right there, boom, we're going to pass commit. You're going to see that this causes immense pressure, and Kiv was put in a lockbox pretty much. So again, what he'd do sometimes also is he'd show blitz, and he'd blitz all those linebackers. So right there, boom, already set up. Play the middle of the field, and sometimes he'd even shift the linebackers right here, and he'd get him in the box. So right here, boom, this is what the defense is looking like. A couple times Kiv caught him on his safety, but that proves to be no problem, as right here, we're gonna show you this is boxed right here. Just follow the routes and boom, sack. So just make sure when you're playing defense like this, you know, he was just making sure to keep him contained so he can roll out. So he'd put a contain on the field, and he'd just hover over one of these gaps right here, boom. Not much room to go to right there. We're covering a lot of routes right there. Jared Goff ends up getting sacked. So the main thing he was really doing was keeping him contained in the box. That's why the soft squats are very essential, because pretty much these soft squats will save your life right here. As you see right here, soft squat. He'll leave one guy in a blue sometimes just to cover the middle, and you'll see right here what the soft squats do to the slants. They'll end up leaving them and kind of passing them off, so there's nothing really open. Again, you see our hook zone actually comes into effect there. He ends up playing underneath so he can jump it, and it's very tough to run this. So if you do the same thing he was doing right there, boom, and just kind of, you know, play in the middle, we are going to run the ball right there, boom. Very tough to run. Very tough to run. Maybe get a yard or 2 there, but nothing else. And the crazy move that Kiv made was he put Juszczyk. If you guys don't know who Kyle Juszczyk is, he is a positional hero, very good. I believe he has identifier too, which really made the world to Drini. Very good decision right there. So I think having him, and the thing is, I believe he has really good trucking too. He'd run it up the middle, but what, you know, Drini was doing, he wasn't allowing him to do that. He wasn't allowing him to use the truck glitch, and except on that last drive, he caught Drini slack. And so shout out to Kiv, shout out to Drini for an awesome game. That was just an awesome experience. I will never forget that game for the rest of my life. But guys, this is a really good red zone defense. Just basic cover 4, mix up the zones. What I like to do is put put a yellow on the field, put other stuff, you know, maybe man some guys up right here, and boom, you have yourself a really good defense. So kind of just mix this in as we end up getting a nice sack right there with some coverage D as well. So it kind of looks like this right here. So boom, right there, boom, this is the coverage D. You're not going to see much open because these two zones take away the middle of the field, and we get a coverage sack. So just be very smart in the red zone. You can mix this defense up, convert it into different zones, and you will have great success in the red zone against your opponent. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Shout out again to Young Kiv and Young Drini. Again, guys, great game, awesome game to witness. I hope every bit is in next year's game, you know, competitive wise. And we also see some new faces. It's always nice to see some new faces, guys. Thank you for checking out today's video, guys. I'm jtibbs TV signing out, and as always, peace.